Hi, my name is Brendon Humphries. I work in the Screen and Media Film and TV department. I'm one of about 20 lecturers working on our various certificate and diploma, advanced diploma courses in that area. There are quite a few options in Perth or in Western Australia and Australia generally for face-to-face and online courses. They vary from private online sessions around specific small units through to full-blown university degrees or postgraduate masters programs at the various universities around the country. I think for somebody looking to either dip their toe in the water and try to, uh, it's a hobby and you want to learn a bit more about the nuts and bolts of making your own content, through to you've come out of high school and you're looking for the next year of a media based career pathway, through to doing that, plus you're interested in accrediting yourself for a higher education university degree in the communications field or in a related area like journalism or digital marketing, for instance. All of those things are activated by the various courses that we offer. So there's a lot of flexibility embedded in what we do. It is a full or part-time course structure depending what you choose to study. So we would try to tailor that to meet the needs of what you want. Um, we have up-to-date resources in all our equipment and facilities. All our staff come from an industry background, which I think distinguishes it from a lot of the university courses, which tend to be much more academic in focus. This is a hands-on, practical, jump in the water and learn to swim kind of environment. And it's intensive to the degree that you're comfortable with. We cram a lot in our courses and we try to give you excellent value for what your time and money are investing in. In studying our courses, you can expect a very interesting merger of creative skills meeting technical training. And I think that characterizes so much of what is there in the media field in general. We're developing your ability to create content, to come up with ideas, to write stories, to work with teams and communication skills in a hyper creative environment in all sorts of different projects. But in parallel to that, learning a lot of technical and traditional craft skills as they evolve into the 21st century that come from that industry. It is an academic area. It's got production skills, and you're moving from there out into the broader industry that vibrantly surrounds us here in Perth, Australia, the world. The interconnectivity of the world means that media skills, I think, are fairly universal to a lot of industries outside of purely just the media one. So we prepare you for the variety of potential workplace environments or employment skill sets that should help you in a variety of careers, not just the highly competitive media industry. The production skills that you learn and the writing, communication, team skills, aside from the technical training in the cameras and editing softwares and sound equipment and ability and sort of organizational skills, I think are generally extremely useful employability skills above and beyond purely just the already very large media sector. You can study for anywhere between one semester and up to perhaps 3 years with us in the various courses, depending on your prior experience and your desired end goals. The courses that we offer are Certificate 2, Certificate 3, Diploma, and Advanced Diploma. So the certificate courses are single semester units. So if you wanted to come and do a part-time course learning how to brush up a bit of a toolkit about how to produce your own content, or within an existing job that required you have media or related skills, that would be a great way to do it. Certificate 3 is a slightly higher level one semester unit of that. Our main entry level course is a diploma course, which is a 1 year, 2 semester unit commencing at the beginning of every calendar year. And that is a pathway then into our advanced diploma course, which is called Digital Cinema, an advanced diploma, screen and media and digital cinema, which is the sort of flagship, very industry ready, walking out into the film and television environs, skilled up in a variety of job roles. So that can also be further accredited into a Bachelor of Communications at a tertiary institute like Edith Cowan Screen Academy, who will take applicants from our courses regularly into their degree and master's programs. So depending what you're interested in doing and how long you've got and where you want to go with it, we can potentially find a fit that will help you advance your skills in those fields. If you'd like to come and visit us and have a look around, we're most open to that. Please feel free to get in touch with our area to organise a meeting for yourself or your school group or with your parents, or whatever we can do to help you get a sense of what we do. We have a showcase video with some of our students walking you through some of our various studio and lab facilities. Please check that out. It's very short, but I think it gives you a bit of an insight into some of the spaces that we deliver classes in. I thought I'd also like to address some of the questions that you may have in advance to save you the time, or that I think often we get asked. One is, can I do this course part-time or online? Our Certificate 2 and Certificate 3 courses are part-time. They are somewhere between 2 and 3.5 days a week, and Monday to Friday. So we consider those part-time courses. The diploma and advanced diploma courses are full-time, roughly 20 hours timetabled per week. Um, Unless there's, conditions that require that we deliver these courses online, we don't deliver them in any purely online sense. They are delivered in collaboration with online academic software called Blackboard, which is used broadly in the tertiary sector just about everywhere these days. So there's an online aspect to your learning, but the courses themselves are very much hands-on, face-to-face, pragmatic training. So we don't offer that as an online option. The next question we often would be asked would be, what cameras do we get to use? What do we get to play with? Depending on the course you go into, we gradate the skills and the various accesses to those cameras according to your ability and training. They're expensive. They require a lot of experience to use some of the higher end cameras. So in our certificate 2 and 3 courses, you would use a few different cameras, but primarily building around delivering with DSLR, Canon, and Nikon tripod cameras with a variety of LED nanlights and tripods, auxiliary sound gear like mics and boom poles, and small sound mixers for your audio inputs. Editing area is another typical question, like what kind of software will we be using, or what do I need to have in regards to my own laptop? You don't need your own equipment. It's obviously very helpful to be versatile with a variety of editing softwares. Often students come into our course from, for instance, high school, or they've taught themselves something like Premiere Pro, perhaps Final Cut. Um, but we build most of our course delivery around the Mac-based Avid Media Composer software. That is the main software that we train in, being an international standard software across all professional industry for film and TV. However, it is also part of your course that you have an Adobe account, so Premiere Pro and After Effects are embedded within our delivery as well as the Australian software DaVinci, which is increasingly common and popular for particularly for color grading, for ingesting, but also generally speaking for editing. For audio requirements, we focus on Pro Tools and also Adobe Audition for mixing and assembling your sound design and score mixes. You do in time when you've shown that you're ready to do so and can, handle yourself in that professional environment and have done the necessary units and work required to do that. It's not something that we start with straight away. We are looking to represent the college with hardworking, dedicated, um, reliable, and talented students. But everyone in time gets an opportunity to go and work outside the college environment on film shoots or on television productions or sporting events or producing stuff for example, NGOs or school organizations that we collaborate with. And we have a wide variety of industry connections that we filter these projects out into to give our students the experiences. It's a kind of a big question because there are a variety of courses there. So I'll start by talking about the Cert 2 and Cert 3 courses. The scale of the courses defines, I guess, the scale of the projects, but variously in our Cert 2 and Cert 3 courses, you're making um, short television commercials, learning how to produce short micro dramas, some short factual content, managing aspects of social media and marketing, administration skills, and projects built around those, sort of short demo campaigns for events and ideas, posters, animated graphics, these kind of things. In the diploma course, we shift our attention very much to creating short documentary or factual content. You'll produce your own short documentary in the course of that year. We focus a lot on short drama skills. So often people who are wanting to work in film or television drama and learn the crew structures of those. We build a lot of short film projects around those. We're not making long content; it's too time consuming and problematic in terms of expense and variables for training purposes. But we make a lot of short content to teach the same skills that we can extrapolate out into longer forms. Our advanced diploma year is very much built around the red camera as the main training core of a film crew production environment, fully lensed kit, and they're producing 6-minute short films, anywhere between 8 and 10, typically across the course of the year, to a high professional standard for screening and festival entry distribution. And embedded within those projects is a hell of a lot of work. So those are the main kind of projects we make. Outside of that, students are variously making music videos, a lot of short productions, experimental films, um, perhaps some marketing materials for businesses along the way, corporate projects, documenting the activities of NGOs or charity organizations that we partner with. Those various opportunities exist in sort of a more what we call off-slate or work experience context. Finally, the question that often parents ask, more so than often prospective students, is, are there any jobs available? How do I get work out there in this world? It's often perceived as a pretty glamorous area, and a lot of people come in wide-eyed wanting to just to learn the film and television skills. Um, it is a fantastic area and industry to be trained in, to be employed in, to work broadly in. That filters and interfaces with so many other industries because of its communicative basis. I think if you're really serious about being in the industry, you got to come in with a pretty competitive mindset. It is a very hardworking, very self-driven, um, you industry to want to work in the long term. You must be very motivated, very organized, very good with time. You probably want to be able to transport yourself around a lot in the longer term. Um, so you want to be doing all those things that make you employable and learning kind of how to be an employable person, and in terms of punctuality, reliability, a lot of volunteer jobs initially to get yourself recognized, and moving into employment opportunities are quite typical. It's very much an industry of showing what you've got before people will necessarily take you or entrust you with a very responsible, serious, and ultimately well-paid role. So it's very competitive, and I think a lot of people that come into this realize that it may or may not be for them, or some people absolutely thrive on that, and there are many other pathways outside the broader feature film or broadcast television world that are going to be opportunities to use those skills that maybe are not necessarily always intensive in education, such as what we all do as part of our as our careers as well, or in various other pursuits that utilize the media skills outside of that. So I think if you're looking to work in this area, you'll work out if it's for you in the course of a year or half a year, and realize this is an environment that really ticks a lot of boxes for you, and you start to activate skills and learn to do things you didn't realize you may be capable of, and that's a wonderful thing to see. I hope that answers some of your questions. There's a lot to talk about, obviously, and this is just a short introduction to some of the key areas that we often want to convey if you're interested in potentially studying in the media field. Like I said before, you're most welcome to come in and visit and organise a time to actually have a look around. We do have a bit of a showcase student walkthrough of some of our sort of studio spaces that cover off and show visually, some of the aspects of what I described in a short, coherent sense. But by all means, feel free to get in touch with us to organise a visit yourself and or your school groups, um, folks, whatever you need, and we'll do our best to give you a good sense of what you may be up for if you sign up for one of our courses. Good luck out there.